Hey everybody, welcome to another edition of today's special minis. This is another in the series of miniatures that I'm working on, and I wanted to show you guys. So as you can see, it's that a theme is emerging here, that most of the stuff that I've worked on so far is like stuff for a library. And that is pretty much what I'm trying to do, build enough books to have to fill up a library in a dollhouse. So it could be a main library in a study, or it could be a main library in a living room or a great room. It could be a library in different parts, like somebody might have an office and they may have some books in their library, or somebody might have a craft room and they might have some books in their library. So you need quite a lot of books to fill up a library's worth of stuff. So that's what I have been doing. Some of these books I printed out a long time ago, and some of them I printed out just recently to continue building my collection. But these books they're pretty easy. Today I'm just going to do a quick show. I'm going to show you my books, and then I'll show you quickly how I set up myself to make a lot of books. Because usually you can make over 100 books in a day or in a couple of days if you really plan it out well. But first I want to show you, I do my books in three main sizes, and I also do some specialty books depending on what I need. I usually do small, medium, and large books, and I just put everything basically in those categories. For small books, they're paperback books. For medium books, they're like I save that for the self-help or education type books, or religious books, or spiritual, like journaling and that kind of thing. And the large books are for I'll reserve those for things like cookbooks and things like that, larger size books. Now I haven't really done any large size books for my other than one or two couple of things that I'm showing you and something that I'm working on now. It's not really a book. But like the larger books would be like cookbooks and yearbooks and I guess any other large type book. I can't really think of a large type of book other than a cookbook. So I'll show you. So my dollhouse is of course made up of a family, and in that family is a husband and a wife team, and the wife, she likes romance novels, so she has quite a collection of those, and for her, she has about 50 sets of books. So I just have them banded together in sets of 10, but you can see like the covers, like just a quick sneak peek. I won't go over all the labels, but doesn't that look great? I'll just open up a stack. But you can see they all have the back covers, the spines, and to me that looks really nice on a shelf. Or if you're doing a scene with a doll and you're making it look like she's reading a book, well, you have a nice cover, and if the pages are open, you can see words and stuff, versus just a fake dummy cover. So that's her romance novel, and I do keep them separate so I can put those in her craft room or wherever she wants to have them. So she's going to have about 50 books. Right now there's about 40. The rest of these books are like entertainment paperbacks, and they'll go in the general library or other people's collections in the house. And some of these have really great titles. I'll just hold them up. You know, we've got the classics, we've got books like The Hunger Games, and again, all of them have their spines. Of Mice and Men, Beatrix Potter. This one says The Peanut Butter and jelly sandwich. I'm not sure what a lot of these book titles are. And here's another set. I just think they will look very authentic on a bookshelf. So there's 40 over here, and there's 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80 over here. I think I have a stack somewhere that I misplaced, because I think I had 90. But so that's that stack, and these are the small paperbacks. And yes, I remember. The funny thing about miniatures is, let me tell you something, when you start making miniatures, you will remember almost every miniature you made. Like, when I was putting these stacks together, one of the books was missing, and I was like, I know there's a book missing here. Just like I know there's a stack of 10 books somewhere. It probably fell somewhere. Because I know I had 90 and 40. But anyway, you'll be hyper sensitive and aware of the little miniatures you make because you spend so much time making them. So these are the medium size books, and mostly I do the small and the medium because I haven't done the cookbooks yet. That would be a little bit more labor intensive, and I'll explain why. But see, these would be those would be the paperback books, and these would be the hardback books. So you see, these have a shiny look to them. You can see those titles. Wouldn't that look awesome on a bookshelf? And these are going to be stacked 10 by 10 as well. So those are more like the self-help, but then there's also this set of like interesting. You get diet, you get spiritual, self-help, that kind of thing, because I think every house has these types of books in it. So it just, to me, makes the dollhouse that much more authentic. So those are the medium-sized books. In here we have another set, and these are almost all going to be glossy hardback books. Then we get into, oh, and I showed you these already. So one of the things I do when I do these types of books, they all have the same text on the inside, and the paperback books all have the same text on the inside. So the only thing I have to do is add a cover. So that saves you a lot of time right there. You automate the process. But if it's this size book, it all has the same text. This size book, same text. This is a slightly, I mean, it's still considered a medium-sized book, but because of it's a different type of book. So this is more like an educational book, and they're much thicker. And these I wanted to make a little bit more authentic, so I was able to find some pages online from a language book, and these all have the same pages. They're all language books. They all have the same pages. So anytime I want to do a big blue book of anything else that I might find, because there's a few more I want to do, Latin. I think they have a few others. I don't know if they have Chinese, but whatever I find, I'll do like 10 of these. So I already have 6, and I want to do 4 more, so they'll have the same covers. I like to do things in 10s for some reason. But then here are some specialty books. Now, these are not medium-sized books, and they're not small. So they're not as big as these, and they're bigger than these. So when I want to do specialty type books, I just do them individually. So we have these 2 books, and these are specialty books, so they are done a different way and use different inserts. So if ever I do some specialty books like this again, they will use this text. If they're going to be this size book, I'll use the same text. So that's how I automate the process and make it easy for myself. Then I did another specialty book, the dictionary. So this one actually had some pages that I could download and shrink to the right size, because I wanted to, if my doll is opening up the dictionary, I want it to kind of look like there's dictionary pages, and as you can see, that does kind of look like that. So the dictionaries will all have their own different types of look if I do dictionaries. And then here is one large size book that I did, and this is a yearbook. So you can see. And all of these pages, I put together all of these books. Now I don't own these images or anything, but I did comb the web looking for these images, and I did put all of these books together the way I wanted them to be together. And so this one is kind of, this is the husband's old yearbook, so it got damaged. So I just made it kind of look a little bit damaged on the back cover. And I'm going to make probably 7 more yearbooks, because I want them to have one for each year, just for the husband and wife team. I think I'll make 7 more, I'm not sure. But I did download more yearbook pages to be able to make more yearbooks. So how do I do these? And this has its own, this is a one-off specialty book. Now, if I make 7 more, I could just change the cover and use the same inserts, because still it's a doll book, so you don't have to have unique books each time. You just need a unique cover. So I may do that. This just may be the look of the inside of all the yearbooks. But knowing me, I probably will make 2 different kinds or 3 different kinds, so I can mix up the pictures and stuff and put different covers on them. So what I do is I have a printout. So here it says 60 mixed paperback books. These are for the little ones. I find images online that have the front and back cover of a book. Then I shrink it down to the scale I'm using, which is 1/12 scale, and it's an approximate size. So this is the size that I like, and that's what I do it in. I print them all off, 60, 70, 100, whatever you want to do. You just look online and find front and back covers, or book jackets is what they're called. And if you can find them, some of them will be generic and just say your name here, because they're like book printing companies. It doesn't matter to me, as long as it has a front and back cover. I don't care what it says. I'm just going for the look and trying to stack up my library. So I print it down to size. Some of them I put a piece of just clear masking tape over if I want it to look glossy, and some of them I leave not glossy. So most paperback books are not glossy, but some of them are. And then I fold the spine in the middle, and I print the whole thing and cut them all out. And here's another set that I did for like the medium-sized books, and so I put these on this tape because they're too big for this little tape roll. So just put them on there. You can fit 2 rolls on this one, and then you just burnish it down and fold the spines, and you got the books, and then you just cut them out. And I'll cut these out later. So you just cut them out, all out. And then another thing I do is I have another template that I use. This is the text for the paperback books. I have about 10 of these on a sheet of paper that I print out at a time, so I can make 10 books per sheet. So that's for the small paperback books, and this is for the medium books. So this one, it's a little bit bigger, and I can get about 8 or 9 of these on a sheet, so 8 or 9 books. So what I do is I usually leave a blank space, so I make even numbers of the text in between and leave a blank space on each end. This was an original one that I did a long time ago, so I didn't have my system down yet. So this one has an odd number of pages because I tried to leave like a blank page in front in each book. You know how books have that blank page, but I don't do that anymore. I don't think it's necessary. Just start with the pages, but you can do it how you like. And what you do is you just fold. And I'm not really doing this carefully, just because I'm just showing you real quick. So you fold and crease all of those lines, and then you make an accordion. Of course, your accordion will be better than this. So you know what I'm saying. You make an accordion and make it nice and neat, and then you glue the 2 pages together, 2 pages together, 2 pages together. And what you end up with is something like this. So I just do a bunch of them. Oh, dropped it. I do a bunch of them and have it ready. So this is my process. I print out, I have several different pages of these, so I think I have like 3 sheets of like 60 different books each, so that gives me like 180 books to print, and then plus I have the different specialty books. So I just print out all of them. I laminate or put clear tape on which ones I want to be shiny or glossy. I'll cut them all out and have them stacked up. The small, the medium, the specialty, whatever. I just cut them all out, laminate them, whatever. Stack all the covers up. You can do all that one day. That same day, you can print out all the text that you're going to need for the books. It might be, if you're doing one sheet, you'll need 6 pages of this, or however many. And then I'll cut them all out and fold them all like that, and then glue them all together and have those just like these set aside. So all that you can do in one day. You can do all this in one day. I usually do it while I'm watching different people on YouTube or I'm watching a movie. So I just have that all ready. And that might take you all day. Depends on how slow or fast you are. Then the next day, you can just glue everything in. Actually, you know, all of these books, I probably could have done it in a day if I just really sat down and did the process and just kept going. What's time consuming is folding all these things, but once you get all of these things done, you're ready to start putting your book together. So I'm gonna come back after I cut all of these out and put them together, and I'll do 2 of them with you. Alright, I'll be back in a sec. Okay everybody, I'm back. I've bound up the 4 medium-sized books that were left on that sheet. Super cute. Back covers, love all that. And I bound up the 4 miniature books, the small ones that were on that sheet. So I said I was going to come and show you the last 2. And for this one, I did something interesting. So, do you know how Alfred Hitchcock and some directors or producers or whatever make cameos in their movies and stuff like that? Well, I took that as sort of like a clue for me to be able to do the same. So for the last two I'm going to show you, I actually am going to put my own book in my doll's house. So this is a cover I made up with me as the author, and I'm going to do a large one and a small one, and I will be on the bookshelves in my doll's house. And no, this is not a real book that I've written yet, but it's an idea for a book that I would like to write someday. So I thought it would be cool to put it in my dollhouse. The wife got the hardcover that's autographed, and the husband got the small book. Now, some of these books, like this is 1984. I already have this in the collection already. The reason I did another one is because I like to think that sometimes the husband and the wife read the same book, because maybe they joined a book club, or maybe they just wanted to read and discuss the same book. So a few of these, there are duplicates, but different covers, because they wouldn't necessarily get the same cover. So, but this one, this is the only cover I made for this, so they get the same cover. So I already did the little one, folded it accordion style, I showed you that, and then I glued it together, and then you just want to find the two blank pages, and with the small, and you want to make sure the text is going in the right direction. So you take your cover of your book, just kind of place it over the text, and you may or may not have to, do some additional cutting. And then at this point, is after you glue all the pages together, it's just gravy. You just glue the cover to the cover. Doesn't take that much glue. You glue the covers to the blank sheets at the end. Squish it down, and sometimes the pages will kind of stick beyond the cover. You just take some scissors and chop off the excess. Sometimes it'll have a little bit sticking at the top, and if it bothers me, I'll cut it off, but usually it doesn't, because it's just for show. So here's the last one I'm going to do for the big cover. So you glue, when the text is even, you glue text to text. So you just fold it accordion style. Bend down the white page. And it's pretty quick work. You don't even have to put a ton of glue. Just want to make sure the text page is tacked onto the other text page. And then when you get to the white, you're done. Go to the blank page, and you have something that'll be like a starfish. To glue it in a book, you just find the two blank pages, and there will be that kind of opening like that. You fold it, you make sure the text is going in the right direction, because I have glued text in upside down accidentally, so I know to always check. Make sure your cover is the right way up as well. And so depending on the spine of your book, you may have a thicker spine or a thinner spine. Usually the books I make, they take just one section. But if you have a book that's thicker, if you have a thicker spine, all you have to do is just put two sections together. I'll show you. Like, oh, and see, here's another copy of that copy of 1984. So, two different covers. But here's Jurassic Park, and this is a thicker book. I'll show you. This takes one set of folded pages, and this one takes two because it's a bigger or thicker book, and that's fine. So if you want to make a spine thicker, you just put two together. So for this one, the spine is a bit thicker than all of the other ones. So I already had two, and I already had another one done. So make sure the text is going the right way. And with this one, since you are putting two together, you can rip one of the white pages off this one and one off this one, because these will go together like this. So you have one white one left there and one white one left there. So you just hold it together. And again, make sure the text is going in the right way. And your cover, make sure that's going the right way. And with this one, you will need to add a little glue on the spine, just because you're putting two things together. Make sure you line up the cover. And you'll do the same thing It might be better to just do it this way. And just push it, push it, push it. And obviously you'll want to let the glue dry. And you see how I said some of the pages might stick out? That depends on how you fold them. Sometimes you just might fold your accordion wonky. But again, this is for dollhouse. Just gonna smash that spine down. You can cut off anything that sticks out. And you can just keep trimming and keep trimming until you won't ruin the pages because they're glued together in the middle. But if you have any ridges, you probably want to take those off. in there. Sorry if I was out of camera. I can't see the camera and what I'm doing at the same time. So there you have that, and that will complete this set of 10 books. And like I said, you can do this, you know, while you're watching movies or something. And then I just rubber band them to keep them together. That, and this is another. Oh no, that goes over there. One thing about these little books, they do pop around, so you gotta keep a tight grip on them. And I'll tell you another thing too. I am going to be doing some other paper craft for the dollhouse. So I'm also trying to get some videos done in advance to upload on my channel. So right now the books and things seems to be where my head is at. Miniatures can be annoying because they do fly all over the place and they're hard to handle. So if you get frustrated quick, miniatures probably are not the thing for you because they are frustrating. Like when I'm not on camera, I don't even have a problem doing this. Now, I'm debating whether I'll put this video up even. Anyway, I will do this and come back. Okay, I'm back. Well, that did not go any faster than when I had the camera on. I kept dropping the books, but now I got them all covered. And as you can see, that's how you can build a nice little library for your dollhouse. This is 170 books. That's why I know a stack of books is missing, because it should be 180. I'll find it one day. So I hope you guys like that quick and easy tutorial. All it is you finding covers online. That's what I did. And you make yourself a template and you print everything out, and you can do it like clockwork, and you can have 200 books for your doll library in no time. So hopefully this will be enough for my library. If not, I do have more printouts that I can do. So I hope you're enjoying this miniature series. I'm trying to show you miniature things you can do that don't take a whole lot of supplies and tools. Just need a printer, some glue, some tape, and a little bit of time searching online. And again, I'm trying to build things for my doll library. So I'll give you a sneak peek of something else that I just started working on today. This is a vintage or antique, not antique, but like a family heirloom sort of photo album. And it's got photos in it. Some of them have been taken out over time. Some probably have fallen out. Some pages are blank, of course. And I haven't put all the pictures in. And they even come with some obituaries. for family that have gone on. So, and this one's a trifold. They have something on the inside, and the rest are, these are half folds. So if you are interested in making a family heirloom photo album with lots of wonderful vintagey looking old photos and modern photos as well, stay tuned. I just may make that in the next video, or I might do something mixed media, but it will probably be that, because I want to make a couple of these for my my dollhouse. Alright, thank you guys for watching. Bye.